welcome back to our channel. We are Mackie G. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day. As you might already know by the title, we're doing a story time today. This was about 4 months ago now, in February, while we were in our Europe trip. Our third stop was Athens, Greece. It was on a Sunday. Now in Greece, most stores are actually closed. There's not much, everyone just goes to church in the morning and that's just about it. That's the day. Yeah, so it was really quiet. It was raining. It was the middle of winter. Yeah, we were just lazy. We didn't really want to go anywhere. We were just really tired from all the flights of flying. Yeah, so we kind of just slept in, didn't want to do much, just sat around, said we'll just probably go out, have something for lunch, and then just sit inside for the rest of the day. Now after lunch, we kind of said, let's just actually do something, because we were only there for 3 days, so we had to make the most of it. So we got up, started getting ready. By the time we left, it was about 5 o'clock. It was still really cold. We didn't really wear much. Like, I only had a jumper on, which was pretty dumb, but it was freezing. We didn't think we'd be out for long. Actually Greek, so that was the second time I've been to Athens, so I said I'll show you around. So anyways, we head out to the station, we catch the train. I was actually really surprised there was trains on, so yeah, that was good. We went to the next stop. That's where that station has another line that connects to it. Yeah,
where we're from, we're Perth. If you get to Perth station, you've got all these other lines that separates into Perth, WA.
Lines, yeah.
And then obviously this one only had one other line, but that went somewhere completely different.
I thought, that was the correct line to get into, to go to where we wanted to go, but the instructions were not clear enough, so obviously we had no idea if we were going the correct way or not. So we kind of just decided to go anyways and see where it takes us. So
yeah, the train came as we went down the stairs, so obviously on the front of the trains it tells you where the end stop is, so where it's going. But obviously because we had gotten down the stairs, as it was just going past, we couldn't see. So obviously with this line it goes to the airport, which is the furthest north, I think, or wherever it was going, and then it also has a southern suburban line. So obviously we wanted to catch it towards the airport because we could get off and go to the Parliament House, but unfortunately we didn't know where it was going to go, so we just took a chance. Trains don't come often, especially on a Sunday.
Yeah, it was really like hour or whatever.
Or I think it was 30 minutes to that way, and then an hour to the southern. But anyway, so
yeah, we didn't even know it was suburban line, till after we got to the place that we're about to talk about.
We got on the train, and we were like, oh, great timing, how lucky are we? But we always had that thought in the back of our mind that it could take us the other way, yeah. So obviously, and then, so there was 2 sides of the train track as well. So we didn't know, we just took a chance. So we start going on the train, we're getting ready because it's starting to get dark, and then we're not wearing much clothes. Or not wearing enough clothes for the weather. Especially when it gets dark, it gets obviously much colder. So we were on the train, we were like, right, this is going to go to the stop, we know what stop we have to get off at, and then the train started moving.
No.
Well, we knew if it had gone the right way, or the way we wanted it to. So the train started going, it went to the stop, it went to the next stop, and because we didn't know the stops afterwards, that didn't really help us. So it was at the 3rd or 4th stop where it had been about 15 minutes since the next stop. So the first 3 were quite close to each other. The 4th one was like 15-20 minutes away.
It was longer than that. It was like half an hour away, and obviously we didn't really look around where we were, just because it was this dodgy group of guys in the train. They were kind of bullying I wouldn't like bullying.
Yeah, they were like making fun of someone and like,
you know,
saying, "Oh, do you want to fight?" Blah blah blah.
Almost had a fight.
Concentrating on that, we were like a little bit nervous and skeptical. So when we started looking at the windows,
not me, I was fine.
I was crapping myself. But anyway,
so we never, really like saw what was happening around. Obviously, we saw that we were heading out further away from the city. So that's when we kind of realized maybe we should just get out. So
yeah, so at this point it was dark. Obviously, we wanted to get on the train, and it was only like a 10-minute train ride from where we wanted to go, where we were, to where we wanted to go. And obviously, because we were concentrating so much on the other people in the train, we didn't realize or keep time or track of time. So we started looking around, and we saw, like a village. So we're like, right, we have to get out. We can't keep going, blah, blah, blah. So we got out, and, we thought it was the better idea. It was eventually, but, everything that happened after we got out, just made me that little bit more scared, and yeah, it wasn't very nice. So we got off the train. We were the only people that got off the train apart from one other person that was like, it was almost like he was following us. But we didn't really know what was happening.
When we got off the train station, he stayed there and was talking to someone on the phone the whole time.
What we had gotten off to was like, it looked like a dodgy village. Like, now I'm obviously not from a village, I'm more city based. I've always have been. Maria used to live in a village, so she was a bit more used to it, but she was still a little bit scared, and she didn't really know what was happening.
I was fine with it. I mean, like,
she says that now, but
no, seriously, as Kieran says, I was actually fine because that's how villages are. Just, during winter, everything, like, it's really quiet. There's no one out. There's dogs all around the streets because obviously, they don't take care of them like we do here as much. Yeah, so there was certain people out walking back and forth. I mean, that scared me a little bit because that was a bit strange.
Yeah, weird, yeah.
But other than that, it was really quiet. So as we just sat there, there was this map thing, so we were kind of just trying to make sense of it, how to get back, when's the next train. I looked on Google Maps. Map. Yeah, when how we can get back to the city. Only one thing popped up, and that was a bus that came to that station, and then we could get it back to some other place and then get the train from there. I don't know. I can't remember. Yeah. So we just kind of sat there, just waiting for the next train to arrive. But that's when it got worse. So do you want to continue?
Yeah, so basically we were started to, realized that we didn't really know what we were doing or when the next train was coming, blah blah blah. So there was a security guard
that we saw after 20 minutes we were there.
So we quickly went over to him and just tried to make sense of how long, like how the hell do we get back to where we want to go. Now he didn't really understand what I was trying to say, but he also got up on the phone that the next train wasn't for an hour, and that was almost nearly an hour and a half where we had waited. So we were like, alright, we haven't really got much choice, we'll go sit back up on the platform. But the guy's still there sitting on his phone, and he'd been on his phone for about half an hour.
He actually followed it, like this station was kind of, it was like an alleyway, like down, tunnel thing, where you actually had to go down through the tunnel to then go on the other side of the platform. So that was just so dodgy. It was really scary, actually. I didn't want to go down there again. So we had to do that to go to see the security guard, and we had to do that coming backwards. Back.
Yeah, so that was the first
thing. That's the guy actually followed us down the stairs. He came, he kind of sat in the corner, waited for us. Then when we went back, he came again up with us. If that makes sense. I said that so quickly.
He was like following us, basically. So he was following where we were going.
So as we went back to the platform, out of nowhere, we just heard a gunshot. So Kieran just started shitting himself, and I was just like, look, there's probably, the hunters hunting something.
But it was dark, and obviously the environment that we were in, and everything that had happened, a gunshot, it was like, all right, what else has to happen?
Yeah, it was out of nowhere, and it literally sounded like it was right next to us as well. And not only that, it was like the village on one side, and then the other side it was just mines or whatever. Yeah. So, and the mountains that surround it, so it was kind of weird to where it was coming from. So we just kind of sat there, waited a little bit, and then Actually, yeah, about 5 minutes after we heard the gunshot, this car skids off the road, like it turns into a bush. So that just got even worse. I was just like, what's going on? You know, like, this is just so sketch.
Yeah. It was like a movie, like one thing after the other, after the other.
It was literally like they were filming a movie or something.
We were scared from the gunshot, and then all we hear is a car tire. The worst was still to come, though. So the car was skidding. Obviously, someone went over, the security guard went over and made sure he was alright. Well, what did they say? They thought they said
that he saw a shadow, like someone walking, so he thought, you know, better not run over a person. So he kind of, you know, he was obviously going fast.
Yeah. He put on his brakes and he skid basically into the bush. And then after that, so that he was okay. He went off after, you know, 30 seconds of talking to the security guard. And then
mind you, like, it was so quiet. So the certain noises that we heard throughout were just really so like, what? You know, what's going on?
So everything was silent. And then obviously the gunshot, the car, and blah, blah, blah. So we kept going, and then we're sitting down, and obviously the worst part about it was Maria's bag. You know, we had quite a lot of valuables. Obviously, if someone came and, you know, mugged us, basically, we would have lost a lot. And obviously, passports are pretty important. So, you know, that was obviously in our minds. So we were just sitting down, you know, minding our own business, and then we saw 5 guys coming over. So
but that guy was one of the guys that came across. So that was the guy that was on the phone the whole time while we were there. So obviously he had called his mates or whatever. As they came up the stairs, he joined them, walked across to us, and they were, you know, like about 2 of them were really dodgy. They almost seemed drunk. But the other ones were just, you know, being friendly, trying to chat and whatever. So they started talking to us, saying how come, you know, they've never seen us before. Obviously, it was a village, so most people know everyone.
Obviously, I didn't understand what was going on. I was just going,
Yeah, so I tried to chat to them. Obviously, if it sounds like, or they know that you're a tourist, and obviously at this point they probably did know. But as soon as I started talking to them, you know, I try to make it seem like, oh, you know, just visiting an auntie.
Yeah, obviously
whatever.
She's Greek, so if they knew that she was speaking Greek and good Greek, they don't really think you're a tourist as much.
Yeah, so you just kind of blend in, you know. But at this point, they were just sitting there on one side, Kieran was shitting on the other side, so I was just kind of in the middle, and I had my bag in between my legs. Obviously, I was still holding on to it. Yeah, so out of nowhere, honestly, I don't even remember how it happened. I look at Kieran, and one of the guys grabs my bag and tries to run with it. Obviously, I was still holding it like hella tight. As soon as I saw them walking over, I did. The others kind of run, and thinking that he would grab it straight away and just run away with them. Kieran gets up and punches his arm or something, so he kind of lets go. The security guard sees them, shouts out to them something, I can't even remember, and they just all run away. From that point onwards, I was just like, that's when I kind of started like saying, you know, hurry up train, like let's just get out of here. Because like, I don't think so many things can just happen in one day. Obviously,
remember that this was a day that we didn't really want to do anything. We just wanted to lie around and be lazy. Yet we decided to do something, and all these things happen. Like, that just sounds so strange. But it made us realize that know where you're going, and even if you miss a train, if you miss it, don't worry. You know, you've got a lot of, even though we had 3 days, it doesn't seem like much. If we had woken up an extra 30 minutes the day after and gone,
or even left earlier, or just whatever.
Just know where you're going.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm not saying that, oh, Greece is a bad country and you shouldn't go, because that's not true. And shit happens all over the world. We have stories from other places too that are probably even worse than this. But we just thought we'd share it with you guys, and there's probably other smaller details in the story as well, but it was just so long ago.
But yeah, after the guys got the bag, they ran away. You know, we had about 20 minutes left to wait for the train.
And that's when other people started coming up as well.
And then we felt more comfortable because there was a dad with the son. So at that point we were like, okay, you know, if anything happens...
Yeah, like 2 ladies with a little girl and whatever.
So obviously they knew where they were going, and then they came when the train was coming, you know, sooner. So, but yeah, at that point we were like, okay, we're cold, it's freezing obviously, we're like, let's just get back to where we want to go, you know, as long as everyone's safe, it doesn't matter. So luckily the train comes, we get back on the train, it's warm, it's roasting hot, so it's nice. And we get off and we finally get back to the apartment, nice and safe. So I think we grabbed dinner.
Yeah, we just had food, went back and just sat there and just
thought about what happened.
If you're ever in a situation like that, just act cool. Just pretend like nothing's happening to you right now.
There's more stories that we'll tell in future videos where there's other things that have happened and they've made us learn stuff as well.
So that's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's the first story done anyway. Such is life. Everything
Moral
happens
of
for
the
a reason.
story, plan your day, I guess. Know where you're going. Don't freak out if shit happens. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope this was an alright story time for y'all.
Yeah.
We obviously have so many more, we just have to kind of think of details, I think.
Yeah, we know what they are, but we just need to like plan how we're gonna say it kind of thing.
Yeah, so if it was a bit all over the place, don't mind us, it was our first time. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Woo! And comment down below any other video suggestions or videos that you'd like us, or challenges that you'd like us
to do.
And yeah, subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. As I said in previous videos, 50 subs, we're doing a giveaway, so you guys get your friends, subscribe, and everyone that you know, and can't wait to see you guys on our next video, which will be very soon.
Yep.
Probably tomorrow.
Should we tell them about... So when we start uploading this video, we're gonna upload for 2 weeks straight.
In a row.
So every single day.
Hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you guys tomorrow, like I said 1,000 times. So until then, Mackie G out. See you later.